Konami actually worried about the future of the game right now? Make sure you guys smash the like and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So I want to talk about a couple things I've been seeing here in the background with the current way that Konami has been operating here for the last month, because it's a little bit of a warning sign, and yet it feels like they're kind of pushing all hands on deck right now for the way it goes. So first of all, the marketing campaign for Alliance Insight has actually been one of the craziest we have seen from the game. You know, they ramped up through Jump Festa. It feels like Konami is really pushing this set to be one of the biggest sets of 2025, which is kind of interesting. I believe this is the last for the fiscal year of Japan. I believe that this is technically the last set of the block for that. So the fact that Konami is putting all of this push into this, you know, we're getting more card of the days than normal. It really just feels like Konami has gotten their crap together in the marketing front for wanting to push this, which is what brought me here today. Because, you know, we have this new anime coming down here in April. Alright, this is Konami. I'm sure Konami probably put a lot of money into the animation studio. I'm very curious to know how much went in to the formation of this animation studio and how much money they're dedicating to the animators themselves. Now, for those of you that might not know this, animators do not get paid a lot in Japan. Like, it's actually probably one of the worst professions that you could actually have in the world of, you know, working in Japan. So they do not get paid much, and with Konami already not crediting artists, I'm gonna be surprised to see if those animators actually are getting proper crediting out here for that. So that's a little bit of backstory, at least in terms of that. So cost of the animation studio, we are still recovering from what feels like the Tokyo Dome event. Now remember, back last year, Japan had that big celebration of Yu-Gi-Oh! Out here. They rented out Tokyo Dome. They pushed for the giant celebration. They had specific products made for the 25 years. It was actually wildly insane to see how much that Konami was doing for it, but it was very apparent that the budget was tapped for a good couple of months, and we kind of went into what was the dead zone for a lot of the game. Actually, it was not very enjoyable, you know, kind of being through that Tokyo Dome period where it was just kind of like some reprints sprinkled along. There was really no progression to the game itself, and things just felt very stalled out. So now we're wrapping up the 25th here. It feels like Konami wants to pad those numbers a little bit here. We do have some more alt arts coming down the line out here. You got to remember, we will probably see those alt arts in Stampede, which is very, very, very much a quick turnaround for this. So this comes back to the question and the proposed topic of today. You know, is Konami worried about the future? Yeah, I think they are a little bit. Quarter centuries being removed from the card pool with really no replacement to kind of pick up for them is a little bit disappointing. We're also, I don't know if you paid attention to the new set configuration, but holographic rares, aka the ghost rares, are gone. They are currently not seeing any sort of future release out here, which is kind of a little bit wild, actually. That not only are we losing those quarter centuries, and to those of you in the TCG out here that are like, hey, you know, QCR's going away is a good thing, you just realize you just shaved off a lot of your return value out of this. It's one of the stupidest things I've read from this community is, oh, well, I'm so glad QCRs are gone. Yeah, I too love when my sealed product estimated value now has lost a potential upwards of an extra $200 to $300 per product. And people are like, well, how do you afford to, you know, buy cases of sets? Things like that. You know, if I pulled $500 to $600 worth of cards, but yet, you know, I pulled a, you know, $200 QCR, for example, that I made $100 after fees and stuff, I broke even, and I was able to get everything I need. That's how. So I think that the loss of those QCRs, even though it wouldn't have been that hard for Konami to print some alternative to this, they just they didn't. I think at this point in time, heading on into set 13 out here, what we're expecting to be the new block, I think that Konami is putting all of their chips on the new anime. They're expecting we can't keep printing nostalgia forever at this point, and the anime, sure, you could look at every hero and go, hey, we can print new cards for them. We can turn around and rinse, wash, and repeat. Yeah, we could, but that doesn't really give Yu-Gi-Oh! We would just become the game that's, giving new boss monsters to this. It's like, oh, you guys ready for our yearly 3-year cycle of Yu-Gi cards? No. We can't keep doing that. We need original content. So that investment, we gotta cash in on the end of this block. We gotta pad the books a little bit. We gotta get, those investors a little bit excited for the numbers. And we're gonna cut off this block and start something new out here. And hopefully, the next 2-3 years of this anime that we've got coming with the original marketing, it's all gonna tie itself together. That's why I said, I think it's very interesting to see that Konami's been ramping up the marketing out here for this. The fact that, we're getting more and more of these card of the days out here. The fact that, we're getting cards that feel a little bit more powerful than previously. I think that's a pretty major thing that people aren't really talking about either. Alliance Insights, the dip down from Supreme Darkness, where we kind of had like 2 pretty good sets. The dip down, and then Alliance Insight is kind of ramping this back up. Alliance Insight is going to be the best set out of the year at the rate we're going. Like, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, Konami's doing a fantastic job of this. Between the Evil Twins, the Cyber Dragon stuff, the Old Lich tie-ins, all this extra lore stuff to get people excited. Maybe, I don't know if there's going to be another Mulch Army in there. This is Konami we're talking about. They very much could make a fire one. I don't foresee it actually coming at this point. But marketing is up. New anime is in the works. Konami feels like they're actually pushing the game finally, which is crazy. I do expect... the thing I'm worried about here is, we've got all this ramp up. I feel like we have the deck build pack in March, which means February will be the first of the cover art for the new pack with a couple of new cards, but it will also be a chance to see the new deck build stuff revealing, and then March will be a little bit more of the set ramp up and so forth. It feels like we're not going to have much of a downtime like we had last year during, that February, March period. It just feels like we're going to have a good, consistent push through here, which is exactly what we need to be doing. We cannot have those slowdown periods. Yes, Tokyo Dome was a fantastic thing and it was a good celebration of the game, but you really hindered new design at that time for trying to push the game. And that was really, really annoying, actually. Having the game be stagnant is one thing, but when you're not introducing new cards into the pool to get people excited, it's really bad and boring for the game. Other little things out here. Considering the shift up that we're kind of going through out here, I'm going to say I'm just impressed with where the game's going right now. I think that with the constant good, I'm not really seeing so much bad out here right now. I mean, sure, the anime could technically just be one of the worst things ever to happen. I mean, anything's possible right now. All right, you're just dealing with Konami. But the fact that they're getting their shit together, the fact that it feels like we got a real marketing strategy here, it feels like the next 4 to 5 months actually is properly laid out for the future of the game, I'll take it. I'm genuinely, I'm excited for this. So do you think that Konami's getting their shit together, especially on the TCG side out here? Things are looking pretty good as well. And that's really surprising to say, because normally the TCG feels like, we're not all that together, but it feels like both regions kind of are getting their shit together and they're ramping up for 2025. Maybe they realized, maybe we've got some good things going on in the background, and maybe we need to actually market to this. yeah, if you can get some new players to look at Yu-Gi-Oh right now, especially with how cheap you've made the game in certain departments, that's good. Take advantage of that. So what do you guys think? Please, if comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.